Oh, well, keep going. Okay. The first one, listen again. So James talking about his business, make notes on type of business and biggest challenges, AdWords, startup finance, and marketing. So we have some keywords that we need to make notes on. So let's listen and let's see what they say. Well, 9.1. Ready? Go. Oh, you're connecting to audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
It's okay. Well, so let's listen. I was talking to myself. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was reading and talking to. Okay, so let's listen to James Murray was talking about his business and make notes on type of business, biggest challenges, AdWords, startup finance, and marketing. So there's some
Yeah.
keywords that you need to make notes on. Okay, 9.1.
Unit 9, 9.1.
I run Glasses Direct. We sell glasses and contact lenses online at a fraction of the price you pay if you go to a high street optician. I got the idea when I discovered the size of the markup on glasses. Did you know that a pair of glasses that cost, say, €15 to make can sell for as much as €150? It's completely outrageous. So I researched the optical market. Good market research is very important when you're starting out. I learnt about optometric testing, how the frames are made, and the lenses are cut, and it was clear there was a gap in the market. I worked out a business plan for selling discounted glasses online. It seemed like a viable idea that I could turn into a profitable business. My parents were absolutely fantastic. They gave me a loan to get started, which meant I didn't have to raise finance by getting a bank loan or bringing in an outside investor who would want a share of the profits. The other people who were extremely helpful were some of my fellow students who designed and set up the website for me. I couldn't have done it without them. The only real problem we had was getting the manufacturers to work with us. They didn't want to damage their relationship with the big retailers. It was incredibly difficult to persuade them, but in the end, we managed to get them on board. The other challenge was marketing. We're an online business, so it's really hard to compete with everyone else out there. One way to reach new customers was to hold some pop-up events in cities around the country. We looked at renting empty shops on high streets, but the rents in most places were totally ridiculous. So we set up stalls in markets, and those worked well. You can't underestimate the amount of time you need to spend on this kind of marketing, but it generated interest and an initial client list. Anyway, my advice to anyone starting out would be if you've got a sound business model and you see a gap in the market, go for it.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
first, let's talk about the business
Yeah.
plan. Yeah, you're
I
looking
think
at
I
what
think
was,
there
yeah.
are a lot of information, so it's
Uh,
hard to
yeah, you
remember.
don't need to memorize all of them. So
Yeah.
first, just let
Yeah.
me ask you, the type of business was what type?
Yeah. I'm not yeah I'm not sure in the beginning of the of his hit talks and yeah, so I think
Listen again.
yeah.
I will pause
Yeah,
it. Of course, why not?
yeah,
Just let me help you. Here's talking. I want to give you the context. So,
yeah,
actually, Glasses Direct, this is the brand,
yeah,
sells glasses and
Yeah,
contact lenses. So what I'm
yeah,
doing now, so contact lenses, you know that
yeah.
we use it to actually correct our vision, especially when we have poor eyesight. So we use it. Well, so
Sorry.
yes.
That mean yeah, that mean yeah, he built a business in glasses
Of course,
brand.
they sell glasses and
Yeah.
contact lenses. So this is the business. And now I
Uh,
will
co-
end
co- contact
online. Yeah.
contact lens. That mean he only sell sell some land into some factory or to
So
shop.
actually, it's not only factory, so they sell this business actually glasses direct sells
Mm,
glasses and contact lenses online. Okay, so let's see. That is online business. Okay,
mm,
as well. Now let's listen. Okay,
yeah.
because why online? Because if you go to high street, you need to pay
Mm,
more. When you
mm,
buy online, less of course. Okay, so let's
mm,
listen. Well,
yeah.
again.
Unit 9, 9.1.
I run Glasses Direct. We sell glasses and contact lenses online at a fraction of the price you pay if you go to a high street optician.
So, as a fraction of price.
Mm,
Price. And I said, if you go to price you pay, if you go to high street. Yeah, you
mm.
should pay more. So they're selling online. Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
I got the idea when I discovered the size of the markup on glasses. Did you know that a pair of glasses that cost, say, €15 to make can sell for as much as €150? It's completely outrageous. So I researched the optical market. Good market research is very important when you're starting out. I learnt about optometric testing, how the frames are made, and the lenses are cut, and it was clear there was a gap in the market. I worked out a business plan for selling discounted glasses online. It seemed like a viable idea that I could turn into a profitable business. My parents were absolutely fantastic. They gave me a loan to get started, which meant I didn't have to raise finance by
Well, so the
yeah.
money, okay. Okay.
Money come, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. His parent.
Of course, parents, of course, gave the money. So it was a loan, but from
Yeah,
parents. Yeah, very
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
So, and that part, why I say when you read these keywords, of course, you listen to actually like an audio, and it's a lot. There are a lot of information, so you can't memorize. Now you don't
yeah,
need just the keywords. I need type of
yeah,
business. I need startup finance, biggest
yeah,
challenge. Actually, between type of business and startup finance, he talked
yeah,
about for actually 1 minute about just, I researched, I learned, I did because I wanted to gain some experience to start, but we didn't need
yeah,
it. Okay,
yeah,
keep going. Let's see what he.
getting a bank loan or bringing in an outside investor who would want a share of the profits. The other people who were extremely helpful were some of my fellow students who designed and set up the website for me. I couldn't have done it without them. The only real problem we had was getting the manufacturers to work with us. They didn't want to damage their relationship with the big retailers.
The biggest problem with,
yeah. With contact with the
of
factory.
course, getting the manufacturers.
And
Huh?
big retail.
Of course, to work with him. Why? Because they don't want to. They have a good relationship with big retailers, big
Yeah,
sellers. Now,
yeah,
actually, the new seller. So it was like, to work. It was a big challenge. They don't
yeah,
take this risk.
yeah,
So getting the manufacturers to work with him. Okay,
yeah.
this is the big challenge.
It was incredibly difficult to persuade them, but in the end, we managed to get them on board. The other
Mm.
challenge was marketing. We're an online business, so it's really hard to compete with everyone else out there. One way to reach new customers was to hold some pop up events in cities around the country.
How to reach the customers, marketing.
They launch some pop-up event.
Very good. Pop-up events, of course. So marketing.
We looked at
Mm.
renting empty shops on high streets, but the rents in most places were totally ridiculous. So we set up stalls in markets, and those worked well. You can't underestimate the amount of time you need to spend on this kind of marketing, but it generated interest and an initial client list. Anyway, my advice to anyone starting out would be if you've got a sound business model and you see a gap in the market, go for it.
Well, so what is the advice? If you,
You find a gap in markets, and
okay, so a sound business model. If you got a sound business model, so what is the meaning of it? So let me write. If you've got a sound
mm,
business model. So what is the meaning of it? It's like, something that you feel like, yeah, it can be. Sound business model is good one, but in both formal and informal, conversational business, of course, I'm in business English, we use it. That is reliable. So succeed actually is likely to succeed, something that can be successful. So we use this phrase. Okay, if I want to give you a good synonym, I say strong business model, reliable
mm,
business model. Okay,
mm.
so
So I have a question
of course,
about about the business model. Business model mean
plan.
for example, when I can see a gap in market, so believe that I can make the product and I can sell it and I can get back profits.
Yeah,
And the business model mean a plan.
of
That's
course.
how I can make profit
Yeah,
from the.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. So it means you have a reliable business plan. So
Yeah.
I manage everything. I arrange everything. I considered, I investigated, I researched. So I have a
Mm,
good plan that is a
mm,
sound business model, a plan. So it's
mm,
reliable. Yes,
mm.
yes.
And
And yeah,
yeah, yeah. I have another question. That did you hear about the value chain?
value
Value,
chain.
yes,
Okay.
value.
So you want me to explain it?
Yeah, value chain. That mean it look like a process that when we beginning and when the end of the process, and yeah, that mean I think it's further detail a plan
Okay,
in the
value.
business model. Yeah.
Okay, well, so let's talk about this phrase, value chain. Okay, so first, uh, it can be used in different. Okay, so if you use it in American English, okay, yes, you're right. Okay, uh, for example, you want to say that yes, value. Yes, of course, it's exactly what you said. Yes, what you said. So, what do you exactly want to know about it?
I think I mean the meaning of value chain and business model.
Yeah.
What the difference? Is the same
Oh,
or or it's
Okay, so you want to know the difference between value chain and business
yeah,
model, right?
yeah, yeah, yes, yes,
Well,
yes,
first let me say that they are different. They are not
yeah,
the same. Okay, so first let's explain. When we say value chain, it's like you manage, it's like you know, it's activity. Let me say
yes,
something. You know what
yeah,
you do, you manage. Okay, so this is
yeah,
different. But when you
yeah,
say business model, actually, this is your plan. Okay, so if I
yeah,
want to give you a good, so actually, the key difference between these two, I say that value chain shows, for example, what you do. But
yeah,
business model, actually, it's like the plan, how you can make money. Okay,
mm,
value chain, you do this activity to actually that add value to your product. This is something
yeah,
different. Or service. For example, what can I do as a teacher to add value to my service? This is something
yeah,
different. But when you say
yeah,
business model, actually it's your plan. So it's totally
yeah,
different. Yes.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and
yeah, clear. Thank you.
okay. And so the advice that I was talking about some words, I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so it's okay. So the advice, you tell me because there were some words that I wanted to talk about. So the advice that, yeah, he gave.
He said that if you have that mean if you had a business model, you go ahead, go through to get to do
Yeah,
them.
of course. It's like, yeah, as
I think it's I think it's like more motivation for the
very
people
good.
to
Motivational
do
advice.
it.
So if you've got a sound
Yeah,
business
mm,
model and
yeah,
you see, and he said you see a gap in the market, just go for it. Just do
yeah,
it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
motivational. Very good. Okay, now we need to listen again.
yeah,
But this is actually some extract. What adjectives follow adverbs? Completely,
yeah.
very, absolutely, extremely, incredibly, totally. So let's listen. Just there are some. Uh,
So yeah, so I have a question for
or,
some adverb.
of
Um,
course,
the how many percent of each adverb? For example, completely mean when when uh, when he or someone wants to emphasize
I get your
or
answer. What's the
um,
difference between completely, absolutely, extremely,
yeah,
incredibly, totally, very? So you want to know, I want to know the percentage of it. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, of course. Let's talk about them. Actually, it's a really good question because normally people, yeah, they're somehow can be similar, but of course they're different. Okay. So very, let me give you some percentage. For very, we normally give 60% is okay.
yeah,
I say
60,
60
yeah.
for very, let me change the color. I need to, okay, so you can
Yeah,
see.
no need for me any color the same.
Because no, it was white. White is not visible because actually the book is white, so I
Yeah,
needed to change it. And
yeah,
then, so I want to put them, okay, from in intensity level, the lower to the highest.
yeah,
Lower is very. The lowest is very, 60%. Then one step higher is extremely. Extremely, it's somehow like 80 is good for extremely, 80%. Okay.
yeah,
It's like stronger than very, but and shows a higher degree, but not very strong. So that is extremely.
mm,
Extremely and incredibly, they're so similar. Like maybe I can say this is 85. Okay.
mm,
Why?
yeah,
Because incredibly, uh, it has a tone of surprise. The
yeah,
difference between extremely and incredibly. So,
mm,
extremely is a high degree, but you are not surprised. But when you are
mm,
surprised by that, you say incredibly, 85%. Okay, so
Mm.
it has a
Yeah.
tone of surprise. And
Mm.
after that, we have totally. Totally is about, I can say 90.
Yeah.
Totally is about 90. And after that, we have completely higher 95,
Yeah.
but it's not 100. It's stronger. Okay. And
Mm.
absolutely is 100%. So the
Yeah.
strongest one is absolutely, that is actually, that is certain. And,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I know the adverb that definitely.
Yeah.
And how many percent of definitely?
Okay, definitely is can be somehow like completely, okay?
Mm.
So they can be similar with completely, and you can use
Yeah.
definitely, but yeah, I can say that it's not 100. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think yes. Absolutely. No, it's not absolutely. A little bit lower than absolutely. Between actually completely and absolutely, I can say maybe 98 is good, but it's not the
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
But they're so similar, actually. It's so difficult. So, because you know that definitely, absolutely,
Yeah.
they are certain adverbs. So, if I
Yeah.
want to give you, like, if it's higher than completely, maybe a little bit lower than absolutely, but they're so similar. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, so, and
Yeah.
well, so if I want to and let's talk. While you ask me about these adverbs, let me tell you which one are formal, informal. So that is so, yeah, very
Yeah.
basic. You know that, very so basic. Normally, when we want to use in conversation, when we want to use very, we tend to use super. For example, I'm
Yeah.
very excited. I say I'm super excited. We like the super instead of very. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is used in everyday speech. You know that everyday conversation, we use very. After that, we have, as I told you, extremely. Okay, it's good, but it's a little bit more formal than very.
Mm.
For example,
Mm.
I was extremely happy. It's
Mm.
okay, but a little bit formal. Okay.
Mm.
Incredibly, as I told you, it's exactly the same as extremely, but it's expresses surprise, the level of surprise. Oh, it was incredibly beautiful. Okay, so that is
Mm.
wow. Okay, totally is casual. We normally use it. It's like
Mm.
completely, but informal. So
Mm.
totally and completely are somehow the same.
Mm.
Totally is informal, casual. Completely is formal. Okay? Formal, casual. And we have absolutely, that is the strongest, and definitely both of them. This is really good one. And especially we use it in formal, like and we can use it informal and formal. So both of them. Definitely more informal, absolutely a little bit more formal, but we can use it. Okay. So for
Yeah.
example, I definitely agree with you. That is something that we can use both formal, informal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and now, if any questions, other questions? What are, look
I
at this
yeah.
percentage. Yeah.
Yeah. No question, but
Okay.
a little bit hard
Uh,
remember.
to remember what? Formal, informal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I will type for
Yeah.
you. Don't worry. I will write it in chat box for you so you can have it. Just let me say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
What you hear, for example, you normally hear, definitely, absolutely, very, right?
Yeah.
So they are informal. We don't
Yeah.
say I, for example, I don't know. Totally is really good. We normally use totally. So you hear, it's normal to hear. But
Yeah.
incredibly, I don't know, just they're a little extremely, maybe less. So we can say they're a little bit formal, but you
Mm.
can use all of them because they're really good adverbs to emphasize your adjective. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But they're somehow, I want to say something. Look at this 95, 90. Like they're the same,
Mm.
similar, no
Yeah.
big difference. Okay, so no worries. All just you can use all of them. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
listen. 9.2. Okay.
9.2. 1.
Did you know that a pair of glasses that cost, say, €15 to make can sell for as much as €150? It's completely outrageous.
It's
2.
completely,
Mm,
it's completely, what did you hear?
80 to 80, and 95 to 98.
No, no, no. I wanna get the word that you heard. Completely what? Outrageous. You heard the
Yeah,
word outrageous. And what is the meaning of the very shocking? Outrageous
yeah,
is actually, it's really good word. Let me write it here.
yeah,
Outrageous, shocking.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Completely outrageous, of course, very
Yeah.
shocking, very let me say something. Why I don't say very outrageous? Because actually outrageous is very shocking. So I don't add very, I say completely. So when you have this type of actually adjectives, some of them
Mm,
can't
mm,
be combined with very. So we normally use
mm,
really, completely. So completely outrageous means very shocking, completely
mm.
shocking, surprising
Yeah.
and shocking. Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah.
And when do we use this in the situation? That mean in the negative or positive situation?
So it can be both of them. For
Yeah,
example, ridiculous. We can use it as ridiculous. Ridiculous is negative.
yeah.
We can use it as unbelievable. So, for
Mm,
example, oh, the price of the jacket is outrageous. It's
mm,
ridiculous. It's unbelievable. So it's somehow like not negative. I don't want to say it's negative, but it actually doesn't carry a positive meaning like it's wow, it's great. No, because I'm saying that it's unbelievable, but shocking unbelievable. So, for example, uh here we can say that another example that is more positive. She's actually made an outrageous claim that surprised, unbelievable.
mm.
So, yes, you can use it mostly to negative, like, because it's shocking, so you can't believe it. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The next one.
I researched the optical market. Good market research is very important when you're starting out.
3.
Two. What did you hear?
Very important.
Important, very important, of course, very good. So it's very important. And three.
My parents were absolutely fantastic. They gave me a loan to get started.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Very good. Okay, we can skip it for now because there is no time to keep going, but we will keep going
Yes.
with the rest of listening. Okay, well, and just that's it. Any questions about it? Let me clarify it in this outrage. When it's negative, as I told you, outrage like unfair price. Something
Mm,
like sometimes bad behavior can be, but as I told you, it can be positive. Like, you
yeah,
use it as like, I don't know, just playful way. So you can use it as positive. Okay. Well,
yeah,
but mostly negative.
yeah,
Okay. Any questions related to this part? So we skip this part for the next session since we have no time. And the next time,
yeah,
again, we will listen.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Well,
See you
you're
next time.
welcome. You're welcome. Have a great, of course,
Yeah,
day and see you tomorrow.
yeah. See you. Goodbye.
Bye. See you. Goodbye.